Let's Meet a Teacher by Bridget Hughes. Lots of learning. Our class is on a mission. We want to find out what a teacher does. We decide to visit Mrs. Crawford. She teaches the 4th grade. I'm a learning expert, says Mrs. Crawford. What does that mean? Asked Noah. Come inside my classroom. I'll show you. Today my class is learning about animal homes, says Mrs. Crawford. Her classroom is so quiet. Everyone is busy reading and writing. Molly raises her hand. Why aren't you teaching? I am, Mrs. Crawford says. I'm teaching them how to learn by reading. But reading time is done now. Miss Crawford says there are many ways to learn. Today she is teaching the students to learn from one another. They put their animal notes on a whiteboard that connects to a computer. Everyone takes turn being a teacher. Stickers and red pens. Who taught Mrs. Crawford to teach? Miss Crawford says she learned to be a teacher in college. I bet you got stars on all your work, Bella says. Miss Crawford smiles. I worked my hardest. That's what I want my students to do, too. One of my jobs is to check my students' work, says Mrs. Crawford. She shows us a sheet of homework. She puts a sticker on the top. I can tell this student worked hard, Mrs. Crawford says. She did her best. Edward raises his hand. Don't you want your students to make mistakes? Then you get to use your red pen. Miss Crawford laughs. No, I want them to get the answers right. That shows me they have learned. It shows that I did a good job teaching. Paper clips and pizza parties. Making classroom rules is another part of a teacher's job. Rules teach students how to be good community helpers. Miss Crawford's rules help her students be kind and work hard. What are these? Asked George. He points to a chain of paper clips. They are rewards, Miss Crawford says. The class gets a paper clip for following our classroom rules. When the chain reaches the floor, we have a pizza party. The other 4th grade class has paper clips too. Miss Crawford rings a bell. It's time for our math lesson. It's also time for our class to go back to our room. We're excited for 4th grade. Miss Crawford lends her students a helping hand, so we give her a hand. Hooray for Miss Crawford. The end. I'm happy you got to learn about what a teacher does today. Friends, you have a lot of teachers. You have teachers in your class. You have speech teachers, OT teachers. You have a lot of teachers who help you learn. Teachers are community helpers, just like a lot of other community helpers we are learning about this week.